You don't sub Trent. I'm sorry, you just don't. Well, you see, here's the thing, mate. We don't know what the numbers are telling Arne Slot, right? So I look at it this way, and I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. It's about opinions. I look at it this way. We've played 2 games and we've gone 2 goals ahead. And when we've gone 2 goals ahead, the manager has decided to rest Trent, bring him off, and bring on Conor Bradley. Now, for me, this is good squad management because Trent's had a very shortened pre-season. If the worst comes to the worst, and we've got to think about that as well, if Trent doesn't get a new deal or does leave, you need to make sure that Bradley isn't coming in cold as well. So the competition, I'm fine about. Resting players up, and I think it was about 72 minutes when Trent came off. I've no problem with that. Nor do I have a problem with Trent looking annoyed going off the pitch. The manager makes these calls. The manager is managing the squad, and if this means an injury or 2 less as the campaign goes on, I have no issues with it. But, of course, it is a game of opinions, and I respect yours as well. I just think this is good squad management, personally. Why was Trent crying? Well, I don't think he was crying, to be fair, but I'm somebody who doesn't really care when somebody goes off and it has the hump. Good. You should never be happy leaving a football pitch. Now, you should keep it under control, of course, and not start smashing up at on the sidelines. But look, competition's good, and Trent has a big season ahead of him. You know, what is going to happen about his future, I guess we'll find out over the next few months. But it's a trend. Arne in the first 2 games has made changes at right back around the 70-minute mark. First game he made both full back changes, and I think it's good squad management. I think he's saving the legs. What else we got? Maybe it's something personal. Again, Marvin, I haven't got a clue. It's very difficult to try and read that situation as an outsider, right? We don't know what is happening with Trent. We don't know what's happening with his future. We don't know how strong the interest is from Madrid. We don't know anything. So we just take things at face value. Trent had a good game, and I think it's good squad management, personally. That's my view of the situation. Farron Davies, thank you for your super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. Said, I reckon Trent will be out the door now that there's a manager who won't play him every minute of every game, possibly saving him to play the full 90 next week. So either way, Trent needs to grow up. So I haven't fully seen what Trent has or hasn't done. So I'm going to just take a beat and I'll talk about it at 8:45 when I've had a chance to watch it back. But what I would say is, losing Trent potentially on a free would be one of the most idiotic, stupid decisions any football club has made in the Premier League era, regardless. If Trent ever leaves Liverpool Football Club, and I hope he doesn't, it should be for a ridiculously high 80 plus transfer fee, not on a free, because he didn't feel the love or wasn't given a contract in time. That to me would be just stupidity that I haven't encountered before. That's my personal view on it. Any of these guys leaving on a free drives me mad, because we all know that we need money to spend money, and you do not let a local boy who's coming into the prime of his career at 25 potentially leave. Bradley is a better defender. So again, all of the arguments about who's better, who isn't, I'm fine. Anyone who thinks there are better options than Trent, again, all I'm saying is the idea of maybe losing him for free is absolute madness. That's all I'm trying to say to you. It depends whether Trent has had his head turned. If he has, then surely we cash in. Well, put it this way. If Trent has had his head turned, and again, this is a hypothetical scenario, if he has, and he knows he wants to go to Madrid, if we can take those two things for 1 second, he's not going to allow the club to sell him. Why would he? He knows that he can sit tight, leave Liverpool at the end of next season, technically could sign for Madrid in January on a pre-contract, and he'd get a big signing on bonus. The time for selling Trent is the next 5 days or nothing, because all you're going to get in January is a paltry little fee if Madrid feel like they need to pay for him. Unfortunately, that's my reading of it. It's terrible. It's terrible that this is a potential to happen. So people saying Trent didn't look happy at all. I can only reiterate what I've said. No player should ever look happy leaving a football pitch, really. But I don't know what's happening with Trent. All we know as fans is, right now, he came off at 72 minutes. He didn't look best pleased. And his contract has 10 months or so to go on it. That's all we know. We all hope he signs a new deal. But you would imagine, and I would hope, that John W. Henry being at Anfield today, that there are going to be meetings with Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes and the recruitment team. Bench Trent to put him in the reserves. Again, I have to look at the incident and see it properly. But either way, we have two good right backs. So, I've seen the video. I see Arna going back to talk with Trent, having a word with him. Trent, of course, doesn't look happy, but I'm not seeing an attitude, or I'm seeing Trent looking unhappy, but I'm not seeing him belittling the manager or talking back to him. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I see that as Trent being disappointed, but knowing he has to take the manager's decision on the chin. Maybe you all seen it differently, I don't know.